All right, good evening, everybody, and just going to hang out, wait a bit for cousin Ken Castro. So, hopefully, all of you caught it this afternoon or later on. Enjoyed the sort of overview. I realized in the thing I called it review. It's not a review. It was just an overview of a lot of freebies that you can find for the absolutely fantastic, splendiferous, if you will, action PC baseball. So, do check it out. We played a game at the end of all that using a freebie file. It was franchise greatest 1901 to 1942. We played Yankees Red Sox, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So hopefully you'll go visit the APC community, the Action PC boards, and all that. And there's just one gentleman here right now. But good evening, Greg. How you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Getting a warming trend down here this week. Really looking forward to that. We're supposed to hit the 50s. I'll take it. That's every day closer to pitchers and catchers report. So Greg Gorecki joining us here. And we'll see if cousin Ken shows up. I don't know. I was realizing it was a sort of a bit late here. I was actually watching the Cincinnati Kid. That's a classic movie. Steve McQueen and Margaret. Boy, was she beautiful. Those eyes. Oh my God. But anyhow, excellent movie. So far, high stakes poker. So it is 6 below right now. Oh, and cousin Ken just issuing the challenge. So there we go. All right, let's get this going. So, and I went New York. So we are tied here at 2 games each. So 6 below. Brr. 15 below yesterday. Yikes. Ouch. That is cold, cold, cold. All right, let's go with Mathewson. Default lineup and done. Wait for Ken to come in and at least say hello. That'll be nice. And we'll get this going. All right. And I should save the lineup. It really doesn't matter. So yeah, that is cold, man. 15 degrees below 0 Celsius. It's cold. 15 below Fahrenheit is damn cold too. So either way you look at it, both cold. But 15 below Celsius is that's super cold. It's really some cold, man. Yeah, and to you, cuz, just waiting for you to finish up, yeah, while you're setting your lineup. So going into Game 5, we're returning to Boston, and it'll be Christy Mathewson against. Well, we'll see. So don't know if anybody else is broadcasting on YouTube right now. I know Dave Gardner's been doing a lot of broadcasting, but Ken and I already planned to do this evening. So mea culpa, guys, that I didn't maybe check to see who was broadcasting. But sort of like watching the telly, you can just kind of, you know, just change the channels and stuff. Remember having a conversation once with a football player who played in the Western Final, and it was 50 below. Oh, man, even just saying negative 50 or 50 below, man, that just sent chills through me. I'm so over winter, and we still have what 2-3 weeks before we're even in the first month. Ugh. The next week for the Grey Cup, it was a balmy 9 below. Wow. Break out the Hawaiian Tropic. There we go. Break out the Hawaiian Tropic. There is D. Scott Howard. How you doing, D. Scott? D. Scott way over there in the Pacific Northwest. Hope you're doing well today, buddy. All you guys, you scoundrels. And cousin Ken Castro and I, we're going to pretend we're pretending we're back in Boston. So it's going to be Mathewson versus Collins in our Game 5 matchup. And I think we're about ready to get underway here. Let's look at Ray Collins here for a minute. We can I'll put his player card up here for um, you APBA folk, and let me again highlight over here so make the little tiger go away. There we go. So there you go, 13-8 record for him in 1912 with an ERA of 2.53, and there is his pitcher card. All right, and then there's his rating. So for those of you that play baseball for Windows, this is what you would see. All right, here we go. So Ray Collins delivers Fred Snodgrass, the leadoff hitter, and here we go. And Fred Snodgrass is going to draw the walk. So the 1912 Giants with a runner on first, and Fred Merkle is at the plate. And here's the pitch by Ray Collins, and grounds into the double play. So a 6-4-3 double play. All right, so 2 outs quickly. And it brings up Chief Myers now. Collins with the pitch, and Myers will ground out to first. Or will ground out, I'm sorry. So Gardner on to Stahl. We go to the bottom of the first inning, the Giants nothing, and the Red Sox coming back. Christy Mathewson finishing up last few pitches here, hoping to bring that fade away. So Hall of Famer versus Hall of Famer here is Mathewson ready to deal to leadoff hitter Harry Hooper. Series tied, 2 games apiece. Hey, Aaron Reed, good evening. Good to see you, buddy. And base hit, this one on the infield for Harry Hooper. So Harry Hooper is aboard and brings up Tris Speaker. Here's the wind and the pitch from Christy Mathewson as Hooper gets the got a good lead there off of first. And Harry Hooper, Chief Myers gunning down here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? So Harry Hooper is out at second, caught stealing. All right, 1 away. Let's roll it back up again here for the Gray Eagle. And we got a rare play, and just turns out to be just a ball. All right. Maddie comes home again. Ring Lardner in attendance with us, Huey Fullerton, and fly ball out to center field. Red Murray taps the glove, brings it down. So the Gray Eagle is out number 2. Duffy Lewis now at the plate. Maddie deals. And Duffy Lewis taps him back to the mound. Big 6 off the bump over to Fred Merkle for the 1-3 putout. We go to the top of the second. No score here in Boston. Game 5 of the 1912 World Series. Larry Doyle to lead things off here for the New York Giants. Bills Becker and Red Murray. In that order. Ray Collins comes home with it. And this one is tapped back to Collins, and he'll fire on to Jake Stahl for the 1-3 putout. So that will take care of Larry Doyle. Here comes Beals Becker. And here is the pitch from Ray Collins. And what do we got? Fly ball to center field, and Harry Hooper has it for out number 2. All right, Red Murray in the box now. And grounder. So Larry Gardner up with it and on to Jake Stahl. We go to the bottom of the second. Scoreless here in Game 5. It's going to be Gardner, Stahl, and Krug due up for the 1912 Boston Red Sox. Gardner, left-handed hitter, in the box now. Good speed. And swing and a miss. Christy Mathewson looking like he's coming with a fadeaway pitch there. And that would take care of Larry Gardner. For those of you who don't know, the fadeaway is the screwball. All right, here's first baseman Jake Stahl. Jake Stahl in there. And here's the pitch. And this is going to be a line drive base hit into right field. Snodgrass up with it, gets it into Larry Doyle quickly. So Jake Stahl aboard. Boston picking up its second hit of the game. Striding to the plate now is Marty Krug. So runner on first. And here is the pitch from Christy Mathewson. And Jake Stahl off to the races, and he is in there. So stolen base for the Boston Red Sox, runner in scoring position. So Greg said he lost the sound, ducked out, and came back. Welcome back, man. All right, Matty deals once again. And this is going to be looks like we got Marty Kruger is safe at first on a fielder's choice. So they do erase the lead runner. Jake Stahl is out at third. Matty to Herzog. So great play by Mathewson to field that ball and decide to take the chance, go for the lead runner. All right. So 2 down brings up Bill Kerrigan. Mathewson deals. No score here in the bottom of the second. And Kerrigan, it's the fielder's choice. And Marty Krug was thrown out at second. Fletcher to Doyle. So that takes care of the Boston Red Sox. We go to the top of the third inning. Scoreless here in Game 5. Playing this on APBA. Again, a lot of fun to play this game. And playing an exceptional opponent here, Cousin Ken Castro. All right, Buck Herzog in there now. It will be Herzog, Fletcher, and Big Six. And this one's going to be a little tapper in the infield. Up the line, Gardner gobbles up the ball, and he's going to hold on to it, and Buck Herzog has himself an infield hit. First hit for the New York Giants in today's contest. Top of the third action here. All right. Coming to the plate now, Art Fletcher. Herzog, good speed there at first. And here is the pitch from Ray Collins. And Art Fletcher, base hit to left. The hit and run was on, and Herzog moves to third on the play. So runners at the corners for New York. Tessier Ashpole joining us. He says, whoa, 2 streams in a day. It happens occasionally, man. Welcome in, buddy. He says, as Tom Hallion once said, my ass is in the jackpot, although apparently that means being under pressure. I've always thought it meant something good. Good stuff. Enzo, how you doing, man? Great to see you as well. So the gang is, most of the gang is here. That's good. Tommy, you got to give us a shot. All right, so the hit and run works. Now let's see what Mr. Mathewson wants to do. Nobody out. You got to give us a shot. All right, and here is the pitch to Matty. And Mathewson safe at first, but they're able to get the runner at home. So excellent play there by Boston. So answering New York's great play at the top of the inning. Or at the bottom of last inning, I should say. Keep forgetting we're in Boston. All right, so 2 on, 1 down. Fletcher at second. Mathewson trailing him at first. Here's Fred Snodgrass. And the pitch to Snodgrass. And this is going to be foul ball. And Yorkies will make the catch on the first base side. So 2 out. And Tribe Fan is present and accounted for. Welcome in, Tim. All right, here's Fred Merkel now. We're back at the number 2 slot in the order. And this one little pop to short. And that will do it for the New York Giants. We go to the bottom of the third. We are scoreless. These teams tied all the way across. 0, 2, and 0. Tim, when are you putting up the thing your video that you recorded last night? Is that up yet, or what's going on? Inquiring minds want to know. Yerkes, Collins, and Hooper, 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Boston Red Sox here in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch by Christy Mathewson. And it's on its way. And Yerkes bounces this one back to Big Six. And Big Six, easy toss there to Fred Merkel. Collins not exactly the fastest runner. So 1-3, one up, one down. Game three finish. Upload about an hour or so ago. So guys, check out Tribe Fan. Are you still? Is it still? Are you Tribe Fan again? Now your channel. What's your channel name again, Tim? So that those who do not know may do it and subscribe to your channel and check it out. It's great to have Tim back and putting up content again. It's been far too long, my friend. Far too long. All right. So one down here. And here is the pitch called. I said Yerkes. So it was Yerkes that was actually thrown out. Still getting used to reading this thing. And swing and a miss, strike three. So Collins goes down, strikeout. And that's the second one issued by Christy Mathewson. We're back at the top of the order for the Boston Red Sox. And Hall of Famer Harry Hooper. Matty ready to bring it. And here is the pitch to the lefty. And Harry Hooper hits this one to the alley into right center field. And tearing around first and into second, despite the strong throw by Red Murray getting to the ball before Snodgrass. So Hooper in scoring position, and it brings up Tris Speaker now. Tris Speaker 0 for 1 for the Gray Eagle. Here's the pitch from Mathewson. It's a big double there by Harry Hooper. And base hit. This one past second for Tris Speaker. So runners at the corners, and really the top of this Boston order is just ridiculous. So it is still Clee baseball fan 879. So guys, go and subscribe to Tim's channel, so that way we can keep on him to get more content up there. All right, so yep, got in for an extra base, and defense opts to end the play, which I didn't realize I did that, but that's fine. A run in, and it's 1-0. I'm still not. I don't know what it is that I'm not getting used to this. I didn't even see a prompt for that, so I must have missed it. It's all good though. He was going to score anyhow. No, Forrest. Tim's been around for quite a while actually. So he plays Stratomatic baseball, cards and dice. And his approach is fun. It's really, really fun. So check it out. Tim's baseball knowledge is just absolutely incredible, and the broadcasts are really good. So even if you don't play strat cards and dice, it's still some good baseball. Check it out. So Boston leads 1-0 here with a run in the bottom of the third inning. All right, Mathewson brings it home to Duffy Lewis. And Duffy Lewis strikes out. All right, we go to the top of the fourth inning, but the Boston Red Sox put a run on the board here in Game 5. It's Boston 1 and New York 0. And it'll be Myers, Doyle, and Becker due up for John McGraw's 9. Again, we're doing some APBA here, Ken and I. And here's the pitch. And this one sinking line into left field, but Duffy Lewis has got it. Picks it off a tall blade of grass. 1 up and 1 down for New York here in the top of the fourth inning. So if you love strat cards and dice, it is good stuff. So go on over there, Forrest, and subscribe to Tim's great channel. Really good guy. We have him a lot here with me on the chin wags, and just excellent stuff. Greg says he already subscribed to your channel, Tim, but he's doubled down. So there we go. You double down, it means you get a card. So that means if you got 11 showing, do you a paint, buddy, you got yourself a 3-card 21. All right. Larry Doyle at the plate now. Top of the fourth inning, 1 away. And the pitch from Collins. And Larry Doyle, little out to Marty Krug, to Jake Stahl. So score that one 6-3. And here's Bills Becker now. So 2 away for New York. And the pitch from Collins, and Bills Becker draws the walk. All right, brings up Red Murray now. Red Murray is 0 for 1. Coming to the belt, and here is the pitch. And Red Murray swings and a miss. So chasing one out of the zone. We go to the bottom of the fourth. The Red Sox lead the Giants 1-0 as Larry Gardner, Jake Stahl, and Marty Krug are due up for Boston. All right, Maddie peers in, has the sign from Chief Myers and the wine and the pitch to Larry Gardner. And Larry Gardner, this one into the alley in left center. Beals Becker and Red Murray going after the ball, bounces off the wall. Strong throw in by Red Murray. But when the dust settles, Larry Gardner with leadoff triple. Don't need an 11. You could have a 9 showing against a 6 or lower. Could have a 9 against a 2-6 showing. Yeah. When you're doubling down, though, when you're doubling down in blackjack, usually your best bet is a 10 or 11 um, if you're the player, regardless of what the dealer has. But if the dealer's showing a 10 card or an ace, whatever you do, don't take the insurance bet. The insurance bet is the biggest sucker bet ever, 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 ever. All right. So let me see. There we go. Got to move the infield in, and we got to make Mathewson pitch from the stretch. A lot of work here, but loving it. All right. And Jake Stahl is 1 for 1 and also a stolen base. Here's the pitch by Matty. Big triple there by Larry Gardner. So Boston threatening and single for Jake Stahl to left field, and Gardner will come in to score 2-0 Boston. All right, and brings up Marty Krug now. He's 0 for 1. Making you want to play cards. There you go. That's what Forrest says. He's ready to play some blackjack. I just found a really cool, very weird blackjack game on Steam. So, all right. So count goes to 2-0 on Marty Krug. Mathewson delivers again. And Marty Krug taps this one out at first. All right. So one away. And again, I'm sorry that I hesitate with this, but I don't like the way it reads out plays. It's really sorry. Marty Krug out at first, Jake Stahl to third, Fred Merkle to Larry Doyle. There's got to be a better way to write that. Because I can just read it on Strat Max and just look at the result on the card. But I maybe, but you have to look at this. So anyhow, this is just about having some fun tonight. Still such a great game. All right. Here is Bill Kerrigan batting with 1 down, and the Giants taking the first 2 games of the series and then losing the next 2, and right now behind 2-0, and that is quite a margin against this Red Sox team. All right, and fly ball, Fred Snodgrass has it, and all right, so Jake Stahl will remain camped out at second. Brings up Steve Yerkes now. Yerkes 0 for 1. And single to right. And Jake Stahl will be given the stop line or the sign at third, but runner throw out. The offense is going for an extra on the hits. Stahl, speed. And here comes the throw home. And of course, it's going to ask me to cut. I keep saying yes, throw. Ugh. Okay, so another run score. So Boston leading this one 3-0. All right, there we go. All right, brings up Ray Collins now, and New York with 2 outs and 2 runs in here for Boston, so leading 3-0. Some good games going on here, cousin. Cousin's very quiet right now, and the pitcher never a good thing when the pitcher doubles. So Steve Yerke scores, and again, New York's bats just not showing up here. All right. I think it's called Black Jacketed. It's on Steam. There's just a demo for it. but it's kind of spooky and cool. So you might want to check it out. All right, back at the top of the order now for Harry Hooper, two away, and the pitch by Mathewson. So Mathewson getting touched up today. Just Castro though got roughed up big time last game, and triple for Harry Hooper, and Collins scores. And again, New York just not getting it done. Off day for apparently, because apparently it is what it is. I'm not going to pull them though. We're just going to play it through. All right, Mathewson out of the stretch to Tris Speaker. I mean, rough day for Mathewson, man, but you got a hell of a, you got a hell of a lineup here. It is what it is. And this 1912 World Series was a great one. So Harry Hooper goes for home. Art Fletcher, so tap to Fletcher on to Merkel, and that will be the end of the fourth. But Boston plates four and takes a commanding lead now, 5-0. Head to the top of the fifth inning, and it's Herzog, Fletcher, and Mathewson. Herzog 1-for-1. So really, again, so cousin, it's also anemic offense now in these games. Game four the other night, now tonight, guys just aren't moving anybody around. Oh yeah, a lot of baseball. Oh, I'm not. Hey, I'm happy either way, man. I'm just having fun. Grounder to Gardner, third long throw across the diamond. But we're just not showing up. We're not showing up. We're not moving guys around. And then Mathewson just getting hit hard here in that fourth inning. So great inning, cuz. Great inning. All right, here's Fletcher, 1-for-1. And Art Fletcher grounds it to Larry Gardner and score that one 5-3. The throw goes on to Jake Stahl. Mathewson not going to get that long-term deal he's looking for now. How about it, Enzo? So if you go back to the 1905 World Series, Mathewson pitched like game one, game three, game five. Just incredible. So a little bit later here, not much, but again, Mathewson, you got to expect, even the great ones had off days. It's going to happen. And Mathewson fly ball to Harry Hooper, and that will retire the New York Giants. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Red Sox threatening to take a 3-2 lead in this replay of the 1912 World Series. Yep. And again, Greg, just having fun, But that being said, New York Giants have a lot of work to do. The first two games were both won actually by the Giants on walk-offs. So it's not been the strongest offense that I would have hoped for, but you can only manage so far. Your players have to do what they got to do as well, right? Matty deals to Lewis here in the bottom of the fifth. Lewis, Gardner, and Stahl, as I said. And Duffy Lewis, ground ball third base, Herzog to Merkel for the 5-3 putout. One away. Here comes Larry Gardner now. Gardner is 1-for-2 with a run score, a triple. He also whiffed once. Matty's only struck out 3 right now, so Mathewson brings it home, and this one popped way up in the infield left-hand side, and Art Fletcher calling off Buck Herzog, and he will make the grab. So out number 2. Matty, after getting roughed up back in the fourth, now looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Here's Jake Stahl. Jake Stahl, 2-for-2 today. A run scored, a run RBI, and an RBI and a stolen base. So Stahl, an absolute beast here today in Game 5. And here he goes again, double into the alley in right center. So Boston already at 10 hits. It's always the way Greg says, it's always the way he looks at it. When he plays out of the park, tend to take teams that were not great and see if you can do better. That's always fun. Always, always fun. And that's why I'm hoping, too, that the developers, once the beta testing really starts in earnest, I think every day after I do some games, beta testing, I'm going to say, and what about Mike Garland's manager challenge? But yeah, that's always fun to do that. Or even take really good teams. Again, I think of like the 1922 St. Louis Browns, finished one game behind the Yankees. Take them all the way through and see if you can actually get them to the World Series, because that was a great team. So many ways to play baseball. It's so much fun, isn't it? All right, here's Marty Krug now, and the pitch to Krug. Runner in scoring position for Boston. Ring Lardner feverishly tapping away there. And Marty Krug will ground this one to Jake Stahl. Why this is Fred Merkel to I'm just going to make up the plays as I go along. So Marty Kruger's out of first, Jake Stahl to third base, Fred Merkel to Christy Mathewson. So that makes no sense except that he's out. We go to the top of the sixth, Boston 5, New York nothing. You almost had the 72 Expos. Oh wow, nice! Almost had them at 500. Great job, great job. I love it when people take these teams and they outmanage. They do better than the actual manager. I think that's so super cool. All right. So New York needs to get busy here. Top of the order: Snodgrass, Merkel, and Myers. Collins deals, and Fred Snodgrass will draw the walk. So here we go. Yes, I do. For us, this will be I think my third season. All right. Here's Fred Merkel. And here we go. And Fred Snodgrass off to the races, and he will steal second. That was a +9 to their actual record. So excellent work there, Greg. Excellent work. All right, here we go. Collins to Merkel, and Merkel lines out to Marty Krug. Nowhere for Snodgrass to go. I mean, and again, this is much like the game 4 that we had, Ken, the other night. For me to try to scratch out now station to station baseball, I'm giving up outs. And again, even in that, let me tell you, that wasn't a steal by Snodgrass. That was a hit and run, and batter wasn't able to get good contact on the ball. So New York's just not showing up. All right, but it's all good, man. I'm having fun. And base hit, pass short into left field. Snodgrass will score, and New York finally gets on the board. All right. So one away, slow runner Myers on at first. Here's Larry Doyle. Nothing for two against Ray Collins. Collins just has it going on today. Good defense behind him. He has walked 3 and struck out 1. So, John McGraw kind of puzzling why with Collins not, with walking 3 batters, only able to scratch out a run here up to the top of the 6th. All right. Do I want to advance on the hit? I do not. Myers does not have that kind of speed. So 2 on for New York, 1 down. And here comes Beals Becker. And unfortunately, not enough speed there at second to attempt what I wanted to do. So there we go. Beals Becker's out at first. And the runners move up on the play. So we're just going to call that one 3 unassisted. So 2 down, 2 in scoring position. And here's Red Murray. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Wait to see what Boston's up to there on their side. There we go. You basically go on and ask to be a beta tester is what happens. And then you sort of write a little thing to them. And then, because I know they're usually looking for beta testers. So just reach out to like one of the just to the developers, Matt Arnold. Matt Arnold, I think, is the guy you want to reach out to. So just find him on the Out of the Park forums and send him a private message saying, hey, if you're looking for beta testers, I'd love to do it. It's a lot of fun. It's really, really a lot of fun. Welcome in, Clinton. Hope you're doing well. All right. And here we go. So again, New York Giants, are they going to waste an opportunity? First base is open. I don't see Collins walking Murray at all. But he does walk, but that was not an intentional walk. So New York has him sold out here and brings up Buck Herzog. So Herzog, 1 for 2 today. So only 1 of 4 hits against Ray Collins, who's just absolutely on today. So Greg says he was a tester for Title Bout Championship Boxing quite a while ago. Beta testing is so important. And that's why I really appreciate what Paul is doing with Pocket Pennant Run Baseball. Um, so many of the additions to Pocket Pennant Run Baseball are thanks to Paul's ideas, plus his fantastic Baseball HQ app, um, and on and on. But it's kind of a thankless job to be a beta tester, but it's great stuff. So, in an interesting move here, the Boston Red Sox are going to give the hook to Ray Collins. Interesting, in the middle innings. So Charlie Hall is going to come in, and so for you APBA players here, so he's a grade 13 pitcher, and there's a look at his player card. I'll leave that up there for a few seconds. Oh, you're very welcome, Forrest. You are very, very welcome indeed. All right, so there you go. He was 15-8 in 1912 with the Boston Red Sox with an ERA of 3.02. So there's his APBA card. And again, this is what you would see in Baseball for Windows. All right. Sea Lion Hall, says Cousin Ken. All right, let's go. New York with a golden opportunity to at least get another one in here. And there we go. So Charlie Hall giving up the walk. New York will take it. So a run scores. Now it's 5-2. Brings up Art Fletcher. Art Fletcher 1-for-2 on the day here. Game 5, series tied, but Boston now sitting in the proverbial catbird seat as we're playing game 5 in Boston, and they're leading 5-2. Here's the pitch, and this one fouled out. Steve Yerkes makes the play, and that's it for New York, but they do pick up a pair. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Red Sox lead the Giants 5-2, and they'll be sending up Kerrigan, Yerkes, and then we'll see what manager Castro will be doing with Sea Lion Hall. All right. Mathewson, numbers wise, in terms of his pitching, marginally better than Ray Collins, but it was Ray Collins leaving the game and in line for the win. Here's the pitch by Matty. Rube Marquard will be starting game 6 for the Giants. And fly ball by Bill Kerrigan out to left field. Bill's Becker had him played perfectly. One away for Steve Yerkes. Yerkes with an RBI today. He is 1-for-2. Here's the pitch from Matty. And I should have this up here. And this one, sinking liner, and it's Bill's Becker once again making the play. So 2 up, 2 down. And let's see. I expect Boston. Let's see what Boston does. If Boston goes to its bench. And they do not. So infield single for Charlie Hall. So the Sea Lion gets on down there, and we get back to the top of the order. So good gutsy play there, cousin. Going to have Charlie Hall soak up some innings here, and why not 3-run lead? And he helps himself right here. All right, here is the great Harry Hooper. So Hooper, what a day he's having. He is 3-for-3. And could there be a possible, let's see, there's just one hit he needs for something really special. Can it happen? Here's the pitch from Matty. It'll be the second time in this channel it's ever happened, if it happens. And it does not. This one popped out to third. Herzog makes the catch. We go to the top of the 7th, and Boston's been held scoreless for 2 consecutive innings now. So Harry Hooper still with a chance for the CYCLE, YMCA, and all that. So if you're paying attention, almost had the cycle right there. All right. We got to stay with Matty, man. We just got to stay with him. He's down 3, but got to stay with him. I know modern conventional baseball wisdom says, you got to pinch hit, but I got to have faith in Matty. All right, so Hall deals. Here's the pitch, and Mathewson fly ball out to right field. Trespeaker has it. 1 up, 1 down. Back at the top of the order now, and it's Fred Snodgrass. Snodgrass with a stolen base today. He is 1-for-1, and he's walked twice. Charlie Hall lets it go, and this one grounded to short. Marty Krug up with it over to Jake Stahl for the 6-3 putout. Two up, two down now for the New York Giants. Brings up Fred Merkle. Fred Merkle, nothing in 3 attempts today. And just as I say that one, this one hit into the alley in right center field. And Fred Merkle was going to have himself a 2-out, 2-base hit. So again, that's been the story though for New York in games 4, now game 5, getting runners. Well, game 4, not even really getting runners on, but game 5 here, getting runners even into scoring position and not capitalizing. One of the 2 New York runs was a result of a bases loaded walk. So, all right, here is the pitch. And here we go. This one swung on, and this is going to be a base hit. Merkle to home. Yep, we're going to do the advance there. So Merkle trying to score here on this base hit by Chief Myers. And let's see what I keep wanting to say Philadelphia, but anyhow. Myers to second. I do not. So a run in for New York. Now they're within, sort of within distance here. Now it's now 5-3. Myers on at first. And here's Larry Doyle. Dwayne Martz, welcome in, man. How you doing? Great to see you, buddy. Great to see you. The mighty Dwayne Martz, please subscribe to that channel. Excellent. Excellent baseball edge you have over there. All right, Myers, very conservative leadoff first, 2 down. Larry Doyle, 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch, and this one pops straight up the chute. Bill Kerrigan tosses aside the mask, and he makes the catch. It is the middle of the 7th, and 7th inning stretch time here at Fenway Park, even though it doesn't look like it. The Boston Red Sox leading the New York Giants 5-3 in Game 5 of our replay with Ken Castro of the 1912 World Series. And take a slug of water, and we'll continue here. All righty. Nothing like a couple atoms of hydrogen and one of oxygen to clear the old gray matter, huh? All right, the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for the Castro Sox. Speaker, Lewis, and Gardner. Far too early for Sweet Caroline, says Greg Gorecki. All right, so again, John McGraw and I showing great faith in Christy Mathewson. Here's the pitch to Speaker, who was 1 for 3 today with an RBI. And this one is going to be liner to right, coming in quickly and making a great catch there. Fred Snodgrass, sliding catch, holding the glove up, little snow cone there. So 1 away, and here is Duffy Lewis. So Duffy 0 for 3 today, including a strikeout. Matty ready to rock and roll here. And Duffy Lewis, this one's going to be a ground ball, second base. Doyle takes it on the hop over to Fred Merkle, scored 4-3, 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Larry Gardner now. Larry Gardner 1 for 3, has a triple in this game and also a strikeout. Mathewson's delivery, the wind, and the pitch. And fly ball to Beals Becker. And Becker out there in left field will take it in. So 3 consecutive innings now, keeping these Red Sox quiet. New York needs to turn the tide here as we enter the top of the 8th inning. And it will be Becker, Murray, and Herzog due up, the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the New York Giants. All right, so a little pause in the action here. What do I might know? What was the guy's name to contact? Oh, yeah, Matt Arnold. That's okay for us. Matt Arnold. That's who I would reach out to. Dwayne Martz asking Tim with his Roberto Clemente project, have you thought about putting in the description the count to 3,000? So gotta love it. Here's a Cleveland Guardians fan doing a wonderful project with one of the Pirates, one of our most beloved players, Roberto Clemente, and that 1972 season. All right, top of the eighth here. Beals Becker, Red Murray, Buck Herzog. New York trailing 5-3 here in game five. Charlie Hall stays on in relief. Um, and here we go. The pitch from the Sea Lion. And Beals Becker will ground to third over to Jake Stahl. Score that one 5-3, one up, one down. Here's Red Murray. Greg Recker says, love Roberto Clemente. Absolutely. One of the all-time greats. Oh, and Willie got it. Forrest says he has Matt Arnold's name. Yeah, reach out to him, man. Just find him there in the Alva Park forums and say, hey, dude, however you want to say it. But beta testing is fun. It's cool. All right. Hall deals to Murray, and Murray, this one down to Steve Yerkes at seconds. Yerkes to Stahl for out number two. I just got this feeling here that New York, this was the pivotal inning. As Clinton says, evening Swain to Dwayne. Here's the pitch now to Buck Herzog, and Herzog is out of there. We'll just put it that way because I'm not going to try to read all that confusion. So we go to the bottom of the eighth inning, and the Red Sox are leading the Giants 5-3, and it's going to be Stahl, Krug, and Kerrigan due up for the Ken Castro Scoundrels. Here's the pitch from Mathewson. So again, Mathewson, double to right center for Jake Stahl. So Mathewson getting absolutely touched up way back in the fourth for 4 runs. And let me see. Mathewson is due up second in the inning when we go to the ninth. So Christie's got to get through this. He's got to get through this. We'll see how he does here with Marty Krug, who is nothing for 2. Runner in scoring position for Boston. Here is the pitch. Pirates, your other team? Awesome. Awesome, Forrest. Yep, they're my team. I love the Bucks. And we made some pretty good pretty good moves here in the offseason thus far. Marty Krug is safe on a fielder's choice, and they get Jake Stahl out at third, so we'll take it. So 1 away, Krug not a lot of speed, but here's Bill Kerrigan. He is nothing for 3. Mathewson needing to bear down here. Try to turn 2. Can it happen? Well, we'll take it. So Bill Kerrigan is out on the ground ball, and Marty Krug will move on to second. So, all right. And brings up Steve Yerkes. Yerkes having a good day here today with an RBI. 1 for 3 overall. Here's the pitch from Big Six. Yerkes singles to right. Marty Krug moves to third. So Mathewson definitely showing some chinks in the armor here. And here's the Sea Lion now. Chance to bop one in. Oh, offense is going for an extra base on the hit. Boy, I don't have a lot of choice here. I got to try it. Defense throws to try to get Marty Krug, and now it's going to ask me if I want to cut. Yerkes is tearing ass around first, so cut your original throw. Yerkes has a 99% chance to be safe, so no. And, I mean, why does he keep asking me about Steve Yerkes? No, I don't. I just want to try to get the runner at home. Although I guess it's trying to get the bounce back here if we don't get the play at home. Snodgrass is a 36 arm. He's my best arm out there. So no and throw. And another run score. So 6-3. We go to the top of the ninth. But Steve Yerkes was out. All right, top of the ninth, and Fletcher, a pinch hitter for Mathewson, and Snodgrass. So again, what's pivotal in this game is that New York had a great chance in the top of the eighth and did not capitalize. So it is down to this. All right. Art Fletcher is 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Grounder to Larry Gardner, over to Jake Stahl, and that will be out number 1. And John McGraw and I were going to the bench, and that will be all for Maddie. So got to give Maddie some credit there for at least giving it a go. But again, the offense did not show up today. All right, Heine Groh is in there now. Try to get some speed aboard here. Pardon me. All right. And Charlie Hall deals an infield single for Heine Groh. So here we go. And brings up Fred Snodgrass. So had New York done one little extra thing in the 8th, but still, let's do this, man. Here's the pitch. And this is a passed ball. This one gets by Kerrigan, goes all the way to the backstop, and Heine Groh will move it into second. So Boston checking its roster. So going along pretty good here. We're 51 minutes in. And here's the pitch to Snodgrass. O'Brien in there now. And Fred Snodgrass strikes out, but he is safe at first on a pass ball. So New York getting breaks, big breaks here. And let's look at the new pitcher here. So Tom O'Brien is on there now. His grade is a 14, and he is a Y as a strikeout pitcher. Here is your APBA card for him. APBA guys, 20 wins, 13 losses, and 19-12 for him, and an ERA of 2.58. All right. So New York needs to capitalize right here. And even though this is only game 5, and game 6 going back to New York really, I mean, not that Merkel's going to clear the bases, but he does have a double in this game. So it's his only hit. But New York needs to at least get another run to start rebuilding momentum as we go back to the Polo Grounds, trailing these Boston Red Sox 3-2. All right, O'Brien ready to go. And here is the pitch. Let me see. Snodgrass to home. No. Oh my God, no. Nope, not going to run on Tris Speaker. Not running on Tris Speaker. All right, let me see. Myers, he's 2 for 4 with 2 RBI. Got to leave him in there. So New York picks up a run here in the 9th. It is 6-4. Greg Gorecki says he never missed a Cardinals or Pirates game during his summers in Montreal or the Giants when Juan Marichal was pitching. Awesome. Stick Tap, Sports Network. Big moment here. Keep the line moving. No kidding, huh? All right. See, this is a good thing. This is my last night smoking because this is driving me nuts. So tomorrow's the big quit day. So again, wish me luck, everybody. All right. Wish me luck. All right. Got to leave Myers in there, man. If you're responsible for 2 of your teams run, you got to let him in. All right. So New York does at least get one in. This is not as horrible as the other night. O'Brien from the stretch. And here we go. Do I want to advance a runner on the hit? Snodgrass to home. Let me see. This is hit to whom? To Harry Hooper. Shit. 2 outs. Also love Fergie Jenkins. How about it? We certainly are not going to. Oh, boy. No. All right, so 2 down now, and that brings Larry Doyle to the plate. 6-4 Red Sox lead here in the top of the ninth inning. %61%, just not good enough, I'm afraid. Not with 2 down. I know you got to play aggressively in dead ball, but there are times when you got to make a little sense too. All right, Tom O'Brien ready to deal here to Larry Doyle. 1 for 4. I just want to have a bit of a gander here for a minute, if you don't mind. So what would be interesting here, of course, is to bring in Moose McCormick. McCormick, of course, getting that hit in the 1908, that big game between the New York Giants and Chicago Cubs. But maybe McCormick has a way to make things a little better for Fred Merkle and Fred Snodgrass. So we are going to go ahead and who the hell's up here? Wait a minute. Let me cancel this. Jeez. Got to see who the hell's up. Boy, you know what, though? Man, oh, man. I don't want to. I like Larry Doyle here. Moose, says Greg Gorecki. Let me see. What do I got left here? Do I even have a second baseman? No. I got to stick with Larry Doyle. I really don't have a second baseman here. I don't even have anybody. I have Schaefer. Schaefer here. I mean, he could play second, but if somehow we tie this up, I know the wheels are turning here, baseball fans. All right. I'm sticking with Larry Doyle. I have to. I want to bring in Moose McCormick, but I bringing in Shaver, who's primarily a third baseman. Big difference here, I think, between second and third. Yeah. All right. Okay. Not looking at my lineup anymore, so hopefully the pause will go away. We'll let the game catch up to us here. So 14 watching. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching Ken and I here to our little matchup. So can New York squeeze out another one here? Let's see. Here's the pitch. And a run does score. And Merkle to home. Can we tie it up here? So Merkle rounding third quickly. And let's see what's going to happen here. And indeed, a run scores, and the New York Giants put 3 here in the top of the ninth, and we are knotted at 6. All right. So good, I think good move staying with Larry Doyle. All right, here's Beals Becker. It's so weird how it's like sort of stress inducing, right? I mean, a real baseball manager can't take his time the way I did, right? So McGraw would have either had to decide I'm staying with Doyle or going with McCormick, and I'll try Shaver out of position. And I'm sitting here running through every possible permutation possibly, which is why I'm not a baseball manager, right? Okay, Doyle on at first, 2 down. O'Brien deals to Beals Becker, and this game it doesn't even let you see the last out of the inning, whatever happened there. So that's fine. All right, we go to the bottom of the ninth, and we are knotted at 6. And we had Hooks Wiltsey last time. We're going to bring in Red Ames this time. All right, so what happened? Bills Becker popped out to Bill Kerrigan. Okay. Bottom of the ninth inning, and Tom O'Brien would lead things off here for the Boston Red Sox, or not. We'll see. Nope. Yep, nope. Let's see what happens. I don't see anything over there from Boston. Game cue. Yeah, so that's because Yeah, game Q on my side is showing lineup change Leon Ames for Heine Groh. So now it's saying that you're looking at your lineup, cousin. Remember, we got it's 6 seconds till you hear me, and then when I read it. So I'm still showing Tom O'Brien at bat for you. And yeah, the game Q shows last play. I just had to scroll up a little bit, and of course I could, go over there. But for broadcasting, I like looking at this because it keeps it a little bit more focused. Heine Wagner will come in as a pinch hitter. So Tom O'Brien did his work. Here we go. So Heine Wagner, let's go ahead and let you guys. No relation to Hannes Wagner at all, but quite a capable shortstop in his own right. And there's his player card. 274 average for him in 1912 with 2 home runs. So there you go. Anybody that wants to get some APBA cards, there you go. Now you got like 4 of them. All right. So Red Ames is ready to go. And here is the pitch from Ames to Heine Wagner. And base hit for Heine Wagner. So a runner on for Boston here in the bottom of the 9th. And it brings up Harry Hooper. And again, we said that Harry Hooper, he's got a double, a triple, a single, and an RBI. 3 for 4. So Hooper, should the Boston Red Sox win this one, I think deserves player of the game honors. I just don't want him to do that thing that was only done once on my channel. Not here, Harry. I'm always sticking up for you, man. You're a great player and you're a great writer. Read his diary. Harry Hooper strikes out. All right, so 1 away now, and it brings up trouble. Trouble. Tris Speaker. This is the guy you just don't want to see up. You just don't want to see this guy up. All right, Red Ames brings it home to the Gray Eagle. Boston looking at its lineup. Or as Ernie Harwell would say, Manager Castro walking up and down the bench. So Ken is making the seconds pass like hours here. All right, and there we go. What I tell you, this guy is trouble. Just Speaker with a 1-out double. So Heine Wagner represents the winning run just 90 feet away. Speaker is he's just great. Offense going for an extra base on the hit. So let's go for it. We got to go for it. We don't get him. It was at least a much better game than game 4th. So here's the throw to try to catch Heine Wagner. Percentages. Nope. Let's try to get the run at home. Nope. And the Boston Red Sox win, and Tris Speaker with the double and an RBI, and that is it. But I got to say, my Giants played a better game today. At least they showed up in the late innings. Line score here for the victorious Boston Red Sox, who now take a 3-2 lead in this replay of the 1912 World Series. 7 runs, 15 hits, no errors. For the New York Giants, 6 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Tom O'Brien gets the win. Red Ames tagged with the loss. So let's look at our box score here really, really quickly. Let's look at we'll just look at the winning team, the home team here. So Great stuff here. I don't know who Cousin Ken wants to award player of the game, but I would give it to Harry Hooper. 3 for 5, almost has the cycle. Lots of drama, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's look at the pitching line here. Starter Ray Collins went 5 2/3, 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 4 walks. Charlie Hall worked 2 2/3 in relief, 2 earned runs given up by him, and he walked a batter. Tom O'Brien credited with the win. 2/3 of an inning gave up those 2 earned runs. So just very quickly here, if we look at Christy Mathewson, not a good day for Maddie. 6 earned runs and only 3 strikeouts. So even the greatest of them, the greatest couldn't do it all the time. So this game will be heading back to the Polo Grounds. Game 6. That'll be sometime this week. Thought she was potentially going to walk. Yeah. Now, there you go. Good game. Don't forget. Thank you for that, Clinton. I appreciate it. So, yeah. So, Harry Hooper, MVP. Totally agree, cousin. I mean, so part of me, now if the game's over, part of me wanted him to do it because only Jimmy Fox has ever done that for me on here, is hit for the cycle, in a live broadcast. And I'm like, I want Hooper to do it just as long as we can come back. But I wish I could move this window so we could look at this line score again, but I suppose we can just do it like this. So you look at this line score up here. New York, right? So basically the Giants didn't show up in game 4 and in game 5. Then we put 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and 3 in the 9th, but just not enough. And Tris Speaker, I'm telling you, whoever has him in the Michael McGreevy league, or you have any sort of draft league, and if Tris Speaker is in that draft pool, so guys that you got to get in draft pools are Tris Speaker, Jesse Burkett, Napoleon Lajoie. Those guys are they're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. George Sisler is another. So thank you, Greg. Clinton says it was worth a good game. So, man, oh man, that's stressful. It's very, very different, but so much fun. Dwayne, I'd love to play some head to head with you as well too. This is just so much fun. I love it. I don't play this one solo. I tend to play Strat Max solo, and I really like it. But this one, I like to play this one head to head. So, and Ken and I, we've been having fun. We did the pre-1960 Cardinals and Phillies, now doing the 1912 World Series. Next is going to be his 64 Phillies against my 71 Pirates. So I'm always glad that Ken is willing to at least virtually roll one up, as my reach doesn't go all the way to Rhode Island, unfortunately. So in other news, really quickly, my mom is doing better. It's not perfect yet or anything like that, but I got to talk to her, thank God, on Saturday. So I want to thank everybody, including those who not here tonight. I can see a few people conspicuous by their absence. I see Barbara's not here. Paul Fay wasn't earlier, but just those of you that have been really, really amazing and sending me great wishes here. I don't see Mick here tonight. So to all of you here and who aren't here, thank you so very much. And that's allowing me to go ahead and say, yep, tomorrow's the day to quit the smoking and all that stuff, even though it's be a crazy week with eye surgery and a job interview on Tuesday and all that kind of stuff. It's just, it's a big sigh of relief. So far I can breathe because nobody's ever ready to deal with that anyhow. But I've never, I was luckily able to talk to a good friend, they lost, their parents and all that. And so again, my mom is with us, thank God, but my pop, and I told my mom, I said, I'll be up there in the latter part of January. Well, actually there's all kinds of bad stuff going on with my vision, Greg. That's a whole nother story. But after the surgery, I should be at or very, very near 20/20 vision. And it's amazing just with, and they didn't tell me the day of surgery, it was the day after. And they said, No, we did like a lot on your right eye. It was really bad, but this the surgeon was amazing. I have to say though, they must have done some intense surgery because there was pain, even though they did double anesthesia. I could still there was some pain. I flinched a little bit. So and then they told me the next day, they said, yeah, we did a lot more than what we thought we needed to do. So I'm just very, very thankful, and I can see so uh, just so clearly. Thank you, cuz he says good luck. See, that's the thing, man. When people really kind of support you, and when you're going through a lot of stuff, because there are, I know friends who have had people just run out on them, and people in this community have been hanging in there with me, and you don't know how much it means to me. It's just huge. Enzo says you prefer master. So yeah, I mean, so Enzo, this is really the first, except for Baseball for Windows, which is the master game. But playing, and having to make these choices and stuff like that, and playing it this way. So there's a bit of a difference between us and Baseball for Windows, but I like it because you've got to make, some more decisions. There's nothing wrong with APBA Basic, but it's kind of like with Pocket Pennant Run. You can kind of play Pocket Pennant Run first few games, kind of play just by the basic rules, but you really just, it's like, okay, I want to be able to, there's just certain things that you just can't do in the basic game. So, yeah. Thank you, Greg. So standing firmly in my corner. I appreciate that. All of you. So, wow, that's it. That is it. We did a lot of baseball today, 2 broadcasts. The next broadcast, as far as talking about freebies and stuff like that. So today was Action PC freebie day. The next one is going to be Diamond Mine Baseball freebie day. And then following that is going to be Digital Diamond freebie day. Although with Digital Diamond Baseball, you don't have to buy the season. So basically, that is just going to be looking at some really cool projects that people have created for Digital Diamond Baseball. So, you'll want to check that out if you're a Digital Diamond player. I know I think I was able to even tell Dwayne, who is our guru for Digital Diamond Baseball, about this great, huge draft league thing that somebody just went nuts and created. I forget how many players are in it, like 9,000 players or something ridiculous like that. So there's some cool stuff out there for Digital Diamond, but I wanted to concentrate first on Action PC and then Diamond Mine because since you've got to buy season flows, and Diamond Mine is more expensive season wise, just to for people to get kind of get some cool things for Diamond Mine. So that'll be our next little broadcast. Not going to do it tonight though. Greg says, have a friend who had a stroke over 10 years ago, and most of his friends abandoned him, but not. No, Greg, right? That's it, and that's means a lot. It really does. So that's pretty much it, everybody. I want to thank you all for coming in. Congrats, Cousin Ken. Great game. It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. We go back to the Polo Grounds. So it'll be Rube Marquard getting the nod sometime this week. And yeah, we'll see. Can the New York Giants come back and tie this one and force a Game 7? We will find out next time. And until then, to everybody, you are all awesome. Whether you're here or you're not here, you catch this later or whatever. Everybody, what an amazing family we have here. You guys, everybody, you mean the world to me. Until the next time, we'll see you around the batting cage. Congrats, Cousin Ken. Game well played, buddy, as always. All right, bye-bye, everyone.